What's up and welcome to Nutrition for Footballers. This right here is the performance plate. I'm going to tell you all about it. For me, this is the most important part of a footballer and athlete's life. Nutrition, what they're putting inside their body. What you eat determines how you feel, how much energy you have, and how fast you can recover from training and games. If you've ever worked with me in the player program or just ever worked with me in person, you'll have heard me talk about the performance plate. It's essential, and I promise you after this video, no matter what meal you have, you're going to be thinking about it. And it should be your focus as an athlete to accomplish this as best you can at every meal time. It's going to be easier at lunch and dinner, but you can do your best at breakfast as well. Again, I'm going to put the timestamps below, so if you just want to see an example breakfast or an example lunch or an example dinner, you can skip to those parts, or you can stay here and listen to what the performance plate actually is. This is the performance plate, and the performance plate is made up of 3 key elements: repair, fuel, and protect. Your repair foods are your protein, your fuel foods are your carbs, and your protect foods are your fruit and veg. What do we have in each section? So in your repair foods, of course, it's your protein. So we've got chicken here, we've got salmon, we've got some turkey, Greek yogurt and eggs, perfect for repair after training. Get that protein on board. That should make up a big part of your plate. For fuel foods, we have noodles, we have some bread and a baguette here, some garlic bread, some spaghetti, some bagel thins, and some oats. Again, all really good sources. You could also have potatoes and sweet potatoes on here. They're essential, but I don't have any in the house. Protect foods, all here, all your fruit and veg, unbelievably essential, especially blueberries, any berry. Beetroot as well is really good. It's got anti-inflammatory purposes, which is going to help reduce inflammation in the body, which is what happens after training and games. Now what you'll notice here is one thing. It is extremely colourful. It's not yellow. It's not a yellow plate. A lot of people are guilty of having a yellow plate. You just want to stay away from that yellow food. You want to go for colourful foods like we have here. And honestly, they're going to make you feel amazing. When you start eating things like this, when you start thinking about the performance plate, you're going to feel unreal. This here, the performance plate, is something I learned at Celtic. The nutritionist was massive on it, and his idea was the performance plate. So essentially, I'm using it with all the players I work with now because it worked so well for me. I know it'll work for you as well. So if you want to eat like a Celtic player, start doing this. So not only am I going to talk to you about the performance plate, I'm also going to talk to you about hydration and supplements as well. So hydration, we're going to cover water, we're going to cover Lucas's, we're going to cover caffeine, and then when it comes to supplementation, we're going to cover all the supplements that I think that you really need. And I'll also touch on some things that maybe you've heard about that you want to know more about. So at the minute it is lunchtime, so the only meal I'm actually going to make here is my lunch, but I'm going to talk you through an example, the perfect day of eating for you, the football player and athlete. So breakfast, obviously you're going to have a bowl, not a plate. You want to grab some Greek yogurt, you want to grab some oats, you want to grab some blueberries, you want to grab 1 banana, right here. This is the perfect breakfast, and obviously some milk or oat milk, whatever you like to mix your oats with. I usually go for 3/4 of a small cup in terms of oats, a couple of scoops of Greek yogurt, some blueberries, some banana, and you can drizzle some honey as well. Now this is perfect. You've got your protection foods here in the banana and the blueberries, also some anti-inflammatory, a little bit of protein in the Greek yogurt, and you've also got all your carbs that you need. Some good source of carbs here. Better than Cocoa Pops, better than Rice Krispies, and this will keep you full all morning. So if you're training, if you're a football player and you're training first thing in the morning, this will fuel you up. Pre-training, but also if you're off to work or school, this will keep you full right through all the way to lunchtime. So this is meal 1 of the day. Meal 2 of the day, this could also be eaten for breakfast as well. So, bagel. Eggs, I usually go for 3 eggs, and that's it. And what you can do is, because it is quite plain, you can add in an avocado, a smashed avocado onto the bagel, or you could be creative and have a little side salad. So the little side salad is a little hack I like to use. If your plate is not colourful enough, grab some iceberg lettuce, grab some beetroot, grab some tomatoes, grab some cucumber, chop them up and throw it in a bowl and just have it as a side dish to whatever meal you're having. This usually works best for lunch or dinner. Alright, last up we have dinner time. So tonight we're going to go for some spaghetti, we're going to go for some pasta sauce, plain pasta sauce, we're going to go for a little bit of garlic bread, because it might be the day before a game, so you want to do a little bit of carb loading, which is when you just have a little bit extra carbs throughout the day before the game. So it could be an extra bagel for lunch, an extra slice of toast for breakfast, or some extra oats for breakfast. But tonight is dinner, so we're having a little bit extra garlic bread, some spaghetti, some tomato sauce, and some chicken. And tonight, I'm definitely having my side salad with the chicken, the spaghetti, and the garlic bread. So there we have it, 3 perfect meals for football players and athletes for throughout the day. You've got your breakfast there, performance plate, lunch, performance plate with a side salad, dinner, performance plate with the side salad. So if you take one thing away, just think performance plate, and remember, repair, fuel, and protect. That's all you need to remember. I think you're starting to become the expert on the performance plate, so now it's time to talk to you about hydration. So we have changed location to talk about hydration. That rhymes. Location, hydration. Maybe not. Alright, so when it comes to hydration, obviously you guys know you have to drink water. You have to drink water throughout the day to stay hydrated, especially if you're a football player and athlete. It's key. You want to avoid headaches, you want to avoid cramp, and that is why you stay hydrated throughout the day. So, what do? Obviously this is a soccer supplement bottle, it's not product placement, it's just what I use day to day. This is 800, so it's pretty much a litre when you fill it up. You can do this with any bottle. Now my golden rule is, do not leave the house, never leave the house without a bottle of water. Why? Because the chances are if you do, there's going to be a period throughout the day where you don't have access to water. Maybe you're on public transport, maybe you're in the car, and it's good to have something on you in your bag that you can just sip away on. That is my #1 hack. Always have a bottle of water on you, no matter where you go. Obviously you want to drink a couple of these throughout the day, but just having that bottle of water on you makes it a whole lot easier. Now another thing I like to do, again these are soccer supplement, is hydrate tablets. So they're just electrolyte tablets. Essentially, if I do a massive workout, if I do a massive training session, if it's really warm, then it's good to add electrolytes into your water. It replaces the salts you lose from sweating, it reduces cramp, and it's going to help you feel a lot fresher, a lot more energized. So you can get these from pretty much anywhere. You can get them in tablet form, you can get them in kind of powder form. You just pour them into your water, and sometimes I'll take them if it's a really warm day, obviously throughout the day. If I'm playing a match or training, I'll sometimes take them then. They can be an additional cost, so using them at training isn't essential unless you know it's going to be a really hard training session. So I would just tend to use them the day of a game. I would fill up this bottle with these electrolyte tablets. I would sip away maybe a quarter or half the bottle before the game, and then I would finish it off after the game. So you're probably wondering, right, okay, hydration, good, water, electrolytes, what about Lucasade Powerades, Gatorades, all that sort of stuff? It's a good question. Now what I say with those is that often it's unnecessary, unwanted calories. Why would you have that kind of sugary drink? The only time I would recommend it, similar to the electrolytes, is if you know you've got a really hard training session. But again, even at that, I would try and avoid them because they lose their effectiveness. Just similar to caffeine, which I'm going to talk about in a second. If you have too much of it, if you have it constantly throughout the day, it just loses the benefits it has on the body. So with the Lucasade Powerades, Gatorades, that sort of stuff, I would always keep them, especially for game day. Because it means when you consume them, maybe a little sip before the game, little sips during the game, little sips at half time, you're going to feel that energy, that instant energy, that little boost, that little extra bit, and they'll have a bigger impact on your body. So I would recommend saving electrolyte drinks like the Lucasade, Gatorades and Powerades for game day only. And last but not least on hydration is coffee. Now I'm going to fill this up before I tell you about it. And there we have it, fresh coffee. Look at that. Literally, it's one of my favourite things. I've had to reduce my intake because I was drinking too much, but coffee is my go-to for the little boost of caffeine, you know, for my pre-workout, or for before a game. Now, if I was going to training, I would probably have a single espresso. If I was doing a game, if I was playing a match, I would have a double espresso. And I would always aim to have this about an hour before kick-off. Sometimes that might mean having it a little bit cold, especially if it's an away game and you're travelling on the bus. So I know, I'm fully aware there are a ton of other caffeine supplements. You can get caffeine chewing gum, which is actually something I really liked. I used to use that at Celtic. I thought it was pretty beneficial. You can also get Monsters, you can get Red Bulls, you can get pre-workout, you can get little liquid shots, little liquid pre-workout shots full of caffeine. My problem with those is that they are extremely high in caffeine, like stupid amounts of caffeine. If you actually look at the contents and compare it to a coffee, it's sometimes 3 or 4 times like a single espresso, which is just nuts. And if you've ever taken it before, you've probably experienced a weird feeling. I have actually never taken like straight pre-workout. I've had the little capsules before, and I actually did enjoy them. I enjoyed the wee liquid capsules. I would take them directly before the game, and that time that kickoff came, your heart was racing. The thing is, with caffeine, it's about trial and error. You, as the athlete, as the footballer, have to use your brain. You have to try things and see if they work, just like different training methods. Just like anything in life, if you don't try it, then how do you know if it works or doesn't work for you? But what I would say is, always avoid testing out new things, like new supplements, new caffeine supplements. Like, don't do that on the day of a game, whatever you do. Only do it on a training day or a day that you have off, you're doing your own training session. That way, it's a kind of controlled environment. You can see how you feel, and if you feel good, that means yes, okay, brilliant, you can use it in the game. But for me, I'm sticking to the double espresso. And last up on nutrition, part 3 of the footballer's checklist, footballer's physical checklist, I want to talk to you a little bit more about supplements and the supplements that I take and maybe other supplements that you've heard of. Again, the golden rule is only use what you've tried and tested. If it works for you, brilliant, keep using it. And also the caveat, do not think that any of these supplements should replace a diet. Everything should try and come first from a good, natural, nutritious performance plate diet, and then it's time to look at the supplements. So I'm going to go and get them. Here we go, my supplement stash. And let me be fully honest with you, okay? I'm going to be fully transparent. I got this stuff for free, so that's the reason why I'm taking all of it. Would I take it all normally? Probably not. So, the things that I would definitely take normally are multivitamins, fish oils, and whey protein. So these 3 are my essentials. Multivitamins, fish oils, and whey protein. I would take these no matter what. I would always buy these. These 2 here, vitamin D3 and probiotic, I would not normally buy these because it's just an added expense and I don't think I fully need them, but yes, they do have benefits. So I'm going to talk you through them, and then I'm going to talk to you about other supplements. So I'll talk to you about the ones that I take first. So whey protein. Why do I take whey protein? It is low calorie, especially when it's a low carb one. It's essential for recovery. Obviously a higher protein diet means your muscles are going to recover quicker, so that's why I take whey protein. I would recommend every single athlete and football player taking protein on a daily basis. I have one of these a day. Those of you who follow me on TikTok will know that I do, because it's in the world famous shake. Omega-3 fish oils, unbelievable for heart health, brain health, and they also have anti-inflammatory purposes. I've always taken these and I like taking them. I just feel as though these, along with the protein, do have benefits that are evidence-based that I can buy into, and I've been taking these for years. From when I was at Celtic, I've been taking these at all times. And multivitamins, I just think my diet is good, the performance plate diet is good, but just in case I miss any essential vitamin or mineral, I like to top it up with the multivitamins, because I know that way that I'm hitting everything. So these are my 3. Boom. Now, extras. Probiotic, these are for gut health, and vitamin D3. I would actually probably invest in these, to be honest with you, because we don't get enough sunlight in Scotland, and that is what vitamin D3, that's where you get from the sun, vitamin D. So I think they're good, I think they're beneficial, because the sun's good for you, because it gives you that vitamin, which means these are good for you because it gives you that vitamin. So the other supplement that I do actually swear by is cherries. So it's concentrated cherry juice. You can get them in pill form, you can get them in liquid form, and I think they're unbelievable for reducing inflammation, which speeds up recovery, but also they're a natural release of melatonin, which does help you sleep at night. If I've got a heavy schedule of training and games, I always take these in the evening about half an hour before I go to sleep, and I do sleep like a baby, and I do believe they improve recovery. And lastly, the supplement that everyone's heard about, creatine. Who should take creatine? Why should they take creatine? Do you need to take creatine? So creatine is slightly controversial. A lot of people swear by it, a lot of people are unsure about it. The reviews, the papers that are written on it aren't really conclusive, I would say, in my opinion. I actually recently found an interesting article from Sunday the 5th of September 1998. Ian Wright described creatine as a wonder drug. He was taking it back in 1998 and was still playing football at 34. A lot of people can say it can increase power in athletes. Is that true? Possibly. Some people have seen benefits in this sense, Personally, I feel like creatine can retain a lot of water in the body and it makes you a little bit more bulky, and as a football player and athlete, I want to avoid that. I want to be lean, I want to be streamlined, I don't want to have any excess weight on me, even if it is just water weight. However, I would say though, if you are looking to bulk up, if you're struggling to bulk up through natural means like eating more, creatine is a good supplement. When I was at Celtic, the nutritionists would have the kind of skinnier, the slighter players on creatine, a daily dose of creatine, to just increase their size. The bottom line really is you might have a temporary increase in water weight after taking creatine initially, but this does dissipate as you continue to take it. You do have to take it for a while before you see benefits, because you want to build up a level of it within the body. Now, I've just done a bit of reading into it and I'm actually tempted to maybe experiment with it again. It does have a lot of benefits on paper, but do you actually feel them? Do they actually work? Who knows? Again, similar to a lot of these supplements, sometimes it can purely be a placebo effect. So if you read something on the back of the creatine box, on the back of the electrolyte, or the multivitamins, or whatever supplement it is you're taking, and it's telling you you're going to get these benefits, when you start taking them, you might physically actually get those benefits, but mentally you might actually believe that those benefits are happening, and the mind is a powerful, powerful tool. But the main takeaway I want you to think about with supplements is try and test them. Don't take them on game days for the first time because you don't know how your body's going to react. Use them on off days or training days, get a feel for them, and again, you don't need them if you've got a really good, nutritious, balanced diet. They are expensive, they are an additional cost, so don't worry if you don't take them. They have small effects on increasing improvement in performance, so don't worry if you cannot get your hands on supplements. Okay, that is nutrition done. Number 3 on the footballer's physical checklist, ticked off. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe below. Thanks for coming.